afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Streaming live from the beautiful province of Negros Occidental, today we kick off the celebration of one of the most admired cultural heritage, not just in the Philippines, but across different countries around the world. And that is our food. As we showcase the creativity and generosity of our people, as well as the abundance of our local food resources, we also promote good, clean, and fair food to all. Brought to you by the Department of Tourism Region 6 in collaboration with the provincial government of Negros Occidental, Agimat at Ugat Foraging Bar, and the Slow Food Negros community. This is Slow Food Terra Madre Salone del Gusto 2020. Now let us begin with a prayer to be led by one of Slow Food Negros community member, a farmer and the owner of 18th Street, Palapala in Bacolod City. We have Miss Sylvia Goles.
Okay. Let us remember that we are in the holy presence of the Lord. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, we thank you for gathering us today and keeping us alive to appreciate the beauty and wealth you have given us, especially our home in the Negros Island. Lord, continue to guide our community and keep us good keepers of our land in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, ma'am. At this point, we have one of Slow Food Negros member, a doctor and a natural farmer, the owner of 26 Herb Garden Cafe, a Department of Tourism accredited urban farm and restaurant promoting slow food and the Negrense cuisine. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Dr. Annabel Villanueva Salacata for her welcome message.
A very happy day to all. I am Annabel Villanueva Salacata of Slow Food Negros community. It is a great honor to be a part of this thriving community of advocates for our culinary heritage, as well as tireless champions for good, clean, and fair food, a group that puts importance to respecting our environment, our traditional livelihoods, and the regional and local culture of our Kasimanwa or community members. I would like to welcome our awesome Department of Tourism Secretary, Bernadette Romulo Puyat, who is always the biggest supporter of our slow food projects, as well as the best regional director of the Department of Tourism, Attorney Helen Catalbas, as well, of Western Visayas, Region 6, Department of Tourism. We also welcome the Slow Food International Vice President, Eddie Mukibi, the tireless Slow Food Southeast Asia representative, Elena Anieri, our energetic young chefs, Kalel Demetrio and Nino Laos of Agimat at Ugat Foraging Bar and Kitchen, and our Slow Food Negros community members, headed by the heart and soul of our group, Rina Gamboa. On behalf of Slow Food Negros community, I welcome all of you watching from different parts of the world. Enjoy our version of Terra Madre 2020. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, to give us her inspirational message for our celebration is the Southeast Asia and the Pacific Regional Director for Slow Food International. She has been working with all the local farmers and homegrown chefs in the Philippines that made way to highlight them in the international stage of Terra Madre. To give us her message live from Italy, we have Miss Elena Aniere.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning to you all around the world watching this special event. On behalf of Slow Food, we would like to send a huge thank you and congratulations to Rena, Ramon, and all those involved in collaborating with the Slow Food community, promoting and preserving good, clean and fair and traditional foods in Negros, for what looks to be a culturally curious and tantalizing tasty Terra Madre program for the coming months. Thank you, Secretary Bernadette Romula Payat of the Department of Tourism Philippines and Attorney Helen Catalbus, Regional Director, and Christine Manazares of Department of Tourism Region 6 for your continued support to the Slow Food Network in the Philippines and Negros. It's wonderful once again to be with Slow Food Vice President, Mr. Eddie Makubi from Uganda, to be by my side here in the Philippines. And let us not forget the young and talented Kalel and Chef Nino Lau of Ugat Foraging Bar and Kitchen that play such an important role as innovators and messengers of food and cultural biodiversity for the consumer. Welcome to everybody watching. I would like to start by giving a little bit background as to why and how we're here today celebrating the Terra Madre launch in Negros. Slow Food founded in 1986 in Italy, for the importance of protecting and supporting small-scale, good, clean and fair producers. It's become clear since then that we need to support them further. Terra Madre was born to give them a voice and visibility, to raise awareness of their true value of their work and provide them with the tools needed to be able to continue in better conditions. The Terra Madre was launched in 2004 during an inaugural meeting in Turin in Italy. Almost immediately, Slow Food was taken to places it had never been before, including many countries in Africa, Latin America, and Asia. In fact, much of our activity today is carried out due to this network. Driven by personal knowledge, experiences, it brings inspiration, ideas, and issues with a personal touch. Terra Madre gives Slow Food an opportunity to grow and become stronger by embracing diverse food producers, fishers, breeders, chefs, academics, young people, NGOs, and representatives of local communities that are working to establish a food system of good, clean and fair from the grassroots level. The vision and knowledge of the Terra Madre network works to promote the new approach to gastronomy based on defence of biodiversity, environmental protection and respect for local cultures and traditions. Although adapted to local context in different regions, the network tackles similar problems all over the globe, coming up with similar solutions for a sustainable food system. These effective solutions that start from the specific nature of local places, from the preservation of plant varieties and animal breeds to local culinary cultures that have evolved over time to allow natural resources to be preserved, not depleted. Through their daily work, Terra Madre communities offer a concrete example of the slow food philosophy to access good, clean and fair for everybody. Good, referring to the quality and flavour of foods. Clean, to environmental friendly production methods. And fair, for the dignity and fair pay for producers and accessible prices for consumers. Due to the growing challenges linked to the food system that have become increasingly urgent and complex, and from the Terra Madre experience, it became clear to Slow Food we needed to identify new ways of bringing people together, to be more open and inclusive, simpler and more streamlined, to make it possible for everybody who is interpreting the good, clean and fair philosophy of food to be with the Slow Food movement. From this, in 2017, at the Slow Food International Congress in Chengdu, China, this was acknowledged with a presentation of approval of the Slow Food community, an official organisational model for Slow Food to sit equally side by side with the membership model of the Slow Food Convivia. The Slow Food community is focused on local action that adhere to the ideas of Slow Food and the principles that were declared in Chengdu. The community goal and activities are aligned with the Slow Food International goals and pillars of biodiversity, education and advocacy, one of collaboration between local and global. Now, due to COVID, instead of bringing a few people, 7,500, 8,000 people from around the world to Turin, Italy, we've gone digital and physical wherever possible. This is consistent with the slow food approach of being open and inclusive, allowing everyone in the Slow Food Terra Madre network to participate from 160 countries around the world and being able to reach a wider audience in local slow food initiatives globally. Today's event, Kain na Inuman at Pulutan, and the coming Terra Madre program that we're launching today, we will see and feel the true spirit of Terra Madre and a slow food community coming to life. Combining with the Department of Tourism's Kain na Let's Eat, a celebration of local and regional food and cuisines, traditional, innovative, with slow food and Terra Madre is a perfect match. The synergies are endless with a common thread of food taking centre stage, whether it be from origins and traditions, food biodiversity and culture, flavours and cuisines, discovery and identity, sharing togetherness and conviviality, warmth of hospitality and openness and inclusiveness. I can see from this is the starting point of discovery, exploration and promotion of the preservation of the diverse food and culture of Negros that will overpower our senses, that more local farmers of good, clean and fair and Arc of Taste products, the real guardians of local and cultural food biodiversity, will be identified and will want to join the Slow Food Terra Madre network. Through the identification, raising awareness, safeguarding of its own unique, good, clean and fair and biodiverse food and culture, it will be this that distinguishes the Negros from the other 7,640 islands of the Philippines and other places around the world. For me, it is a great honour to welcome you all to the Terra Madre launch of Kain na Inuman at Pulutan. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to our Slow Food International Coordinator, Miss Elena Aniera. Indeed, even the crisis now won't stop us from promoting good, clean, and fair food. But next up, we have the Department of Tourism Secretary, a pro-farmer and an advocate for food tourism. She supports slow food and all culinary movements in the Philippines. Romulo Puyan.
Eddie Mukibi, Vice President, Slow Food International. Elena Anieri, a very, very good friend, Slow Food International Coordinator. Members of the Slow Food Negros community, Ms. Rina Gamboa, Ms. Sylvia Goles, Dr. Annabel Villanueva Salacata, Kata Erenieta Manaloto, Ramon Uy Jr., Hi Chinchin, Mia Lizares Gonzaga, Cholo or Chole Cuenca, Liquid Chef Kalel Demetrio, Chef Nino Laos, and RD Helen Catalbas of the DOT Region 6. Maayong adlaw sa inyong tanan. I am delighted that this event brings together the slow food communities with tourism communities, especially here in Negros, where slow eating and slow living have long been the Negrense way of life. I was first introduced to the concept of slow food by Chef Margarita Flores in 2011 as Undersecretary of the Department of Agriculture at that time. Its principle of advocating for good, clean, and fair food was something that I immediately embraced, as it aligned with our own work at the DA, or the Department of Agriculture, in supporting farmers and fisher folk and being co-producers of agricultural products. The following year, we had our first Philippine booth at the Terra Madre in Turin, Italy, and the Philippines has been a vibrant and growing part of the festival ever since. I'm happy to note that the Philippines now has 62 ingredients, 7 of them coming from Region 6, recognized in the Arc of Taste, which is a compendium of small-scale cultural and traditional products that are at risk of being lost or forgotten. Kain Na, on the other hand, is a food and travel festival launched in 2018 that merges the goals of agriculture and tourism. Through this festival, the Department of Tourism seeks to promote regional Filipino cuisine and establishes the Philippines as a center of gastronomy. Held in Ayala malls around the country, the event showcases the diversity of our culinary heritage and facilitates business to business meetings between regional culinary and farm tourism sellers with Manila based buyers and tour operators. This year, of course, we had to transition the festival online, but we continue to hold our food tourism exchanges as webinars and connect our exhibitors with buyers through our online trading post at kainastore.com. Slow Food Negros and DOT Region 6 partnered for Kaina's October theme of Inuman and Pulutan, which is synchronized with this year's celebration of Terra Madre. Inuman and Pulutan is a cultural phenomenon that can be likened to the modern concept of food and drink pairing, but actually dates back to pre-Hispanic times. The word pulutan or polotan appears in the 1613th edition of Friar Pedro de San Buenaventura's Vocabulario de la Lengua Tagala, the earliest Tagalog dictionary to have survived. Doreen Fernandez, our beloved food historian, recounts in one of her essays that even centuries ago, drinking was a communal activity which both men and women engaged in, not to get drunk, but to converse, discuss affairs, and make deals, or simply to bond. These sessions were long and drinking was slow because they were almost always accompanied by pulutan. In the essay, Doreen describes Pulutan as the food area where daring and imagination are especially demonstrated because the roster of Pulutan includes such exotica as tamilok or shipworm, sasing or sandworm, and salpo or sea cucumber, among others. Today's Pinoy Pulutan may not be as exotic, but the idea remains. Pulutan is food meant to slow down the absorption of alcohol into your bloodstream. Pulutan is also always something to be shared. Whether you call it bar chow or tapas or pulutan and match it with beer, wine, or a cocktail, there are certain food and drinks that just complete each other. Today, Liquid Chef Kalel Demetrio will be mixing up some drinks paired with a menu by Agimat Foraging Bar and Kitchen's chef Nino Laos using Arc of Taste ingredients as well as ingredients found locally in the Negros Island and Western Visayas. One chef or one dinner might save an endangered crop from being lost to history, but they can start a ripple. It starts at events like Terra Madre and Kain Na, where people get to learn and in better days get to taste, imbibe, and experience the diversity and biodiversity of what the Philippines has to offer. When we realize what we stand to lose, we will work harder to protect it. I hope to see you again at the next collaboration between Slow Food and Kain Na in November, the theme of which is Slow Food, Slow Travel. For today, please enjoy this journey into the Arc of Taste. And I really, really hope that maybe by November, Chin Chin, I can go to Negros and see you all face to face. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay.
Thank you so much, Secretary Puyat, and thank you also to the Department of Tourism for your support. Online nowadays is indeed the way to go. And as we celebrate Terra Madre 2020 across different countries all over the world, today we are lucky to be graced by the Vice President of Slow Food International, Agriculture and Land Use Management. He worked in different countries where he founded a food education that attracts young people to ecological food production. Gracing us also live from Uganda, ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Eddie Mukibi.
Thank you all for this invitation, and thank you for organizing this great event. All people listening to us, all people watching us, I'm live from Uganda. I'm happy to join in the Terra Madre celebrations for Slow Food Negros. To all the dignitaries here, Secretary Puyat, Regional Director, my colleague Elena from Slow Food International Office, also food leaders, Chin Chin, and all the rest. Thank you so much for being here with us, and thank you for sharing your knowledge with us and also inspiring us. I'm Eddie, and I'm the Vice President of Slow Food International. I want to first welcome all of you to this edition of Terra Madre 2020, which is completely online, but also having some physical events all around the world. I'm happy to join in, to be back in Negros, to be back in Philippines, even if this time it's virtual, but I feel happy to connect again with Philippines. And also I feel like the fun I had in Philippines, all the people I met, I'm meeting them today. I'm really happy. Thanks for the invitation. And also, thanks for thinking about opening the slow food community in Negros. Slow food communities are very, very important pillars of pillars on which the Slow Food Foundation is built. These are the central pillars on which we build the grassroots organization, the grassroots movement, and they are really important in connecting different people to work for a better food system. There is no better level of organization in the world slow food movement than being in a community, than living in this kind of a community where people are working together to make the food system better, to make things better, to connect with each other, to improve the sovereignty of our own people, and also support the work that the governments are doing, the work that community members are doing, the work that all the people are doing in terms of bringing across or bringing forth a better food system, which we all need. Being in a food community, I will put more emphasis on being in a food community, because this was declared in the Chengdu Declaration in 2017 when we had our international congress, that we adopted the slow food community as the basic and most important level of organization of our movement. And being in this slow food community means being together, being inclusive, share value, being with shared values, living with people with whom we implement similar projects, vision, and different activities we do. So Slow Food Negros as a community has a shared vision together with the leaders from the region, from the leaders from the slow food movement, the leader from other organizations, and also local leaders from the ground and the leaders from the farmer side. So this is the shared vision which slow food has, to bring all these people together to fight for a better food system, to work in a food system that recognizes the rich cultural heritage, the rich food heritage, the rich gastronomic heritage, and the beautiful environment which we all have, and the system that recognizes the value of indigenous and traditional knowledge. So this is the vision which Slow Food has, and it's the community which we have created, the community which you have created. The slow food community is also, like what my colleague Elena said, one of the most important attributes of being in a slow food community is this kind of shared work which we all have to promote better food practices. For example, promoting agroecological production methods, which are actually highly needed in the Negros. When I was moving around the Negros in 2009, I can say like 1.5 years ago, I saw a lot of beauty, a lot of natural wealth, which is on this island. And this natural beauty needs to be preserved. It needs to be utilized very well for tourism purposes, but also for gastronomic purposes, but also to keep them for the future generations to come. So being in a food community bring all of us together to preserve this natural beauty, to uphold the ecosystem benefits which we all reap from this natural beauty of Negros. Also, the food communities help us to come together to preserve the rich biodiversity of Philippines as a country, but also the biodiversity of Negros, which sustains us and has sustained us for so many years, and we need to preserve this biodiversity and the rich food culture for the future generations. Philippines as a country is one of the countries among the countries I've visited. Philippines is one of the countries which is richly endowed and where nature, it has still been kind to all the people, and still provides a lot of beautiful memories, beautiful resources, and also very, very important food, very important food culture in many rural and urban areas. So we need to uphold this, and this is the work of slow food. Slow food is not only in Bra, where we have the international office, but slow food is in Negros, in every community that is working to preserve biodiversity, in every community, in every human being that believes in preserving the rich food culture of this planet. Also, living in a slow food community, working together from Department of Tourism, from the chefs, from the producers, from the people who promote good food online. All of us have a very, very important role to play in upholding the rich gastronomic heritage of the Negros. The eco-gastronomic tourism potential of Negros needs to be uplifted, and I'm really happy that we have the Department of Tourism coming on board, or being on board, because we cannot say the food system only from the producer side or from the chef side, but we also need to tap all this potential. We all need from people from all these areas. So slow food works with all people who come together in such a community like the one in Negros to promote the rich eco-gastronomic tourism potential, the rich gastronomic heritage of our area, to preserve biodiversity, to promote sustainable production methods, which do not only promote monocultures, but also preserve the ecosystems through agroecology, through better fishing and marine systems management services. So we need all this incorporated in the slow food philosophy and the slow food activities of the slow food community in Negros to work for a better food system. In a slow food community, we also mean, the slow food community also means keeping in close contact with each other, but also keeping in close contact with the entire slow food world, keeping in close contact with the international office through Madame Elena to plan and publish information together, to plan and implement activities together, and keep the updates coming from the ground, and also to get more visibility for the work we do. Many people are learning from the examples of the work going on in the Negros. Many people are inspired by the work of slow food in the Negros Island. So we need to keep sharing more information and for more visibility. As I conclude, Founding a slow food community in Negros is important for promoting the rich food culture and heritage of the Negros, but also to promote the sovereignty of the people in Negros, the sovereignty of people in Philippines. This should be the starting point for moving more and more slow food communities all across the Negros. So by launching this food community, you have started playing a major important role in the reshaping of the local, regional, national, and global food system. Let's keep the fire burning. Let's celebrate Terra Madre for the next 6 months, and let us keep sharing the good memories and working towards a better food system. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much to the Vice President for Slow Food International, Mr. Eddie Mukibi. And that was live from Uganda. We are glad, sir, for your advocacy, which involves the youth and preserving our local food heritage. Now, before we continue, please don't forget to use our hashtags hashtag Terra Madre 2020 and hashtag Slow Food for Change for your post about our event. And of course, we are now streaming live in Slow Food Negros and Department of Tourism Region 6 Facebook page. So don't forget to like and share. At this point, to formally launch the series of events for this celebration, and of course, the highlight of this afternoon's activity, we have an advocate of organic farming and food history, a farmer, and the president of Slow Food Negros community. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Rina Gamboa.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for gracing our event, Mr. Eddie Mukibi, Ms. Elena Aniere, and of course, our Secretary, Berna Romulo Puyat of the Department of Tourism, and our supportive Attorney Catalbas of the Department of Tourism Region 6. Welcome to the Terra Madre 2020. It is with great enthusiasm that we, the slow food community of Negros, take part in this celebration and the declaration of the truths we hold true. As we prepare for this event, we again realize the richness of our culture and heritage. We beamed with pride as we revisited the art of culinary traditions. We are awed at how rich our bounties are with the gifts of nature's produce around us. Thus, we are committed to pursue the preservation of these traditions and bounties. We will ensure that our culinary heritage does not die and disappear as we are continuously bombarded by the trappings of modernity. We hold true to the belief that our culinary heritage is the better way. In this event, we will share with you these traditions and bounties that we choose to preserve. We invite you to enter our world and see what defines us as a people. We hope that as you discover the richness of our heritage, you too will discover your own and join us as we move towards not only the preservation of our food heritage, but promote its resurgence in this modern world. So, I formally launch the beginning of a series of digital events by Slow Food Community Negros. Welcome to our world. Thank you.
I am Kata Arenieta Manaloto, a member of Slow Food Negros, and I am honored to introduce our very special guests this afternoon. We are happy to have our fellow slow food advocate, the liquid maestro, Chef Kalel Demetrio, a liquid chef formerly forager and owner of Agimat Foraging Bar and Kitchen, Ugat, and Distilleria Barako. He also goes around the country foraging the best indigenous, local, and Ark of the Taste ingredients to use in his bar. While making a name for himself as the liquid maestro, he exposed himself to global trends in concocting cocktails from flavors to techniques, to traditions, to cultural characteristics. What is admirable about him is that this exposure both local drinks of other countries. Instead, it made him determined to create his own truly Filipino drinks. In 2018, he partnered with chef Nino Laus to put up Alamat, a foraging bar. Chef Nino Laus works at Nino Fusion Cuisine, Alamat Filipino Pub, and Agimat Foraging Bar and Kitchen. He has been cooking since 2002. He shared that his mom loved to cook and that they were very close to the smells and flavors. I guess this is where he actually introduced food beliefs without his knowing it. Today, he sees the kitchen as his playground where he gets to expel his energy and creativity. And because of his love of exploring the outdoors, whether it's mountaineering, camping, or going on 4x4 adventures, the greenery and stillness of nature gives him peace and a special calm, which he embraced and balanced with a high-paced and intense environment he experiences in the kitchen. So now, let us all enjoy the performance of Chef Kalel and Chef Nino.
Okay. Hi guys, can you hear me? Can you hear us guys?
Hello, good day
Good day,
everyone,
guys,
and
everyone.
welcome to
Agimat.
Agimat.
Terra Madre Salone del Gusto 2020 in partners with Slow Food Negros, Department of Tourism, Region 6, all the Western Visayas, Agimat and Ugat Foraging Bar, Distilleria Barako, Nino Fusion, and then so yeah guys, bear with us guys because there's a storm incoming guys, so a bit of technical difficulties, but yeah, here we are guys. We're gonna be the whole thing. The whole thing is all good.
Yes,
Can you
we're-
tell us about what
yeah,
we're
we're
gonna
all
do today?
set. Yeah, basically, well, what we prepared for today is it's most of the dishes that we prepared are from basically nose to tail.
Yeah, exactly.
It came from trimmings and highly sustainable ingredients.
So yeah.
Coming from, of course, our favorite place, which is Bacolod,
Bacolod, yeah.
Negros.
So yeah, guys, to give you a brief background, guys, because right now we're live internationally from we're live in Italy, Europe, and then Uganda, and especially here in the Philippines. So to give you a background about Agimat, it's a foraging kitchen bar, and then we highlight different provinces here in our country. So our menu changes depending on the province. We started like in our whole run, we started
Batangas.
yeah, we started in Batangas.
And then my hometown,
And hometown in
Ilocos
Ilocos.
Norte.
And then before pandemic, that was March. We
At least a week before the pandemic,
before
before the
the-
lockdown, we were at
Negros.
Negros.
We were partnering with the Fresh Start group, which is Shin Chin Uy. And then he showed us around. And then it's the actually Negros has been part of our menu ever since before we changed the menu into that.
The small
Uh,
components of each dish.
At the same time, there's a lot of organic stuff that we found that's naturally grown in Negros. So we tend to fly different stuff from that place. So and then during the time when we're about to open again, we decided to pick up the pieces where we left off. And then guys, before we start the whole thing, we want to share a little sneak peek of everything we're gonna do. We're gonna be playing a little video, guys. So basically, guys, when the whole thing started, Agimat is Agimat. However, we have a new concept called Ugat. Ugat is more likely the byproduct place of Agimat. So there's gonna be a distillery bar, and then it's located down Agimat. So as you can see naman, there's three behind us. Ugat is like a real fitting addition to us. So it's gonna be the source of every libation that we're gonna be serving, and then just like and then we partner with Distilleria Barako. Like Distilleria Barako is my other company. We have some of the products that's already in the shelves in the market across the country. We have a place in we have something in Rustans, Robinsons, Busi.ph, SNR, and then that's more likely our products that we develop here. So that's kind of like a fitting. So I
And I'm
want the
looking
video to be
forward
shown.
to that.
Yeah,
Actually.
I want the video to be shown. So yeah. Oh, not very good. So. Okay, guys, we're back, guys. So there you go. That's a video. So when we started the GMAT, it's all about being natural, being true, and then more likely sure ways in our approach and everything.
That's
and
correct.
embracing the technology out of it is gonna be Ugat. So we decided to really use a lot of technology. We use a lot of technology, but now we noticed that every travel we get those fresh ingredients, and we really have to be creative.
We find ways to preserve our ingredients so it won't go to waste.
Yeah.
So we're actually doing a zero waste, really, like literally
Exactly.
zero waste.
So
So
normally-
you'll find out how later.
So we normally when we do menu, when we do creatives, we're gonna be doing different byproducts out of each ingredients, and then from there, we're gonna be checking if ever I still can use it or he can use it in his food menu and my drinks menu, and then it makes a little exciting. Every time the challenge of really executing all the byproducts and trimmings.
Yeah, we lay down all the waste and find ways how to make another dish out of it.
Yeah. So yeah, without further ado,
So I'll
Chef-
start.
Yeah, but by the way, guys, the name of the event is like Kain, Inuman and Pulutan. So you know, naman the culture of the Filipino is more likely while drinking. We need to eat. So we have a lot of bites that we really come up with that will go well with the drinks. So we're gonna be doing something like that, but more likely a Agimat style.
Agimat style.
So,
yes,
yeah.
that's correct.
So he's gonna be starting off with this menu.
All right.
He's gonna be preparing.
So let me start.
Okay.
So okay, guys. Hello. Good day, everyone. So okay, for my first dish, I call this we actually call this tuna. So it's freshly flown from General Santos with bihod emulsion and Mirango fish bones. Like I said earlier, we used everything, all of the parts, like most of the parts of the tuna. So yeah, okay. To start it off, I'll start with the sauce. So what the ingredients that we need are stale bread, or these are leftover breads from yesterday's tea party, right, Kalel?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. We got stale bread right here. We have bihon or fish roll. These are tuna. You can find this in the market. We have onions, garlic, thyme, and of course, the flavoring or of the main flavoring will be the cinnamon vinegar, which is we made it from scratch. Later, we'll show a video how we prepared it. We have olive oil and for the glazing, we'll use tapoy. Okay, let me start with the bread. So the again, like I said earlier, these are stale bread, that leftover bread. Would you like some, Kalel?
Yeah, actually.
All right.
Have
Okay,
some
we just
butter.
roughly cut it. Actually, you don't need a knife, but yeah. But I'm using a knife. All right, just cut it. Put it in the bowl. So you just do this. So, like I said earlier, these are like, leftover bread. So these are various bread, sliced bread, burger bread, whatever bread you have at home, it will do. And then we just soak it with water. This is 2 cups of water. And let it soak for roughly 20 minutes. So I'll just cover it and move to preparing the sauce. By the way, this is the sauce. This is the bihon emulsion. So let's set this aside. Wait lang, sorry. I need this pa pala. Sorry. Sorry. Then I will proceed to my aromatics. So I'll just heat the pan. So for sauteing, I will use garlic, onion, and thyme for the bihon. And then deglaze it with tapoy. Tapoy is our local wine variety. So yeah, I'll just cut them. So just mince it. I'll need half. There we go. So I'll just mince the onion. Okay, just half of it. Put it back, and then and the other one is garlic. So just mash it. Mince the garlic. Don't worry about the cuts because later we will blend them all together. All right. Set this aside. Now we have a little olive oil here. Just pour at least a tablespoon of olive oil. So while this is heating up, I'll just move this. Can you hold this for a while, chef? All right. We'll now cut the bihon. We'll need at least 100 grams of bihon. So we'll just cut this in half. By the way, it looks like this. This is tuna raw. Cut it in half.
It's nice, brother.
So inside, look at that beauty. So those are small eggs. So again, small pieces, roughly cut, because eventually we will blend them all together. All right, Henry. Thank you. So make sure your pan is hot enough so we can start sautéing. All right, thank you, Henry. Okay, yeah, it's hot enough. So I'll start with onions. Minced onions. So I'll add a little more oil.
Smells good, brother.
Yes. So basically, yes, these are our aromatics.
So
And then garlic. Smell it, Kalal.
sorry, brother.
Smells like fried rice. All right, you just saute it. So let's check on our soaked bread. Okay. They look great. So yeah, right now we're just waiting for the onion to turn translucent, so the flavor will all come out, and the garlic slightly toasted. We're just waiting for that. For the meantime, we'll check on our blender. All right, it's working. So for this recipe, we usually use other parts as well. So basically, our first choice, of course, is the bihon or the fish roe. But yeah, we sometimes we add a couple of things, all the trimmings of the tuna. Like now, it's we're working on tuna. And then let's add the fish roe. Oh, thank you, Chef Henry. Thank you. Can you smell it, Kalel?
Yeah, brother.
Excited for your drinks, bro. Okay, look at my bread. They're all soaking. They're all swimming.
Yeah. So what's the inspiration, brother? Like more likely.
So okay, the inspiration behind it, it's actually kilawin. I forgot
Yes,
to mention that. Thank
exactly.
you very much. So basically here in Agimat, we don't want we actually come up with new dishes out of our classic dishes.
Yeah, so Kilawin actually is one of the best
Pulutan.
Inuman, Pulutan partner.
Pulutan. So
For
this is
you-
our version.
Yeah. Pulutan is like bar chow, guys. So Pulutan is bar chow. So Inuman and Pulutan. So that's it. So when he mentioned tuna, so I already have something in mind with the ingredients that I'm gonna be using from Negros.
Right.
So yeah, this is a little exciting.
So we'll just
hope
wait.
guys you can smell
The aroma.
the aroma and
All
everything.
right.
So we have the guinea pigs over there. You have the guinea pigs over there.
So again, we have thyme here for additional flavoring. So I'm just gonna use the leaves of the thyme. And this we dehydrate using the dehydrator for powders or special mixes. Again, we don't throw anything here, no? And then our tapoy. So here's our tapoy. We will just deglaze it. I'll place it on the part where it's toasted. And then just deglaze it and let it reduce by itself. That's at least 3 tablespoons of tapoy. So again, this is just the sauce. We have 2 more steps later. So can you check the bread, Chef Kalel?
So
Is
yeah,
it soaked already?
Soaked, yeah, brother.
Yep. That's what we're looking for. Soft.
Pagkatin, bro.
So, okay, smell it. Perfect. All right. We stir this off. Thank you very much, chef. Okay. Hello, tuna roll. Thank you.
Pwede ko na lang ulit.
So we're gonna use the blender this time. Let's clean up. Where's my trash? This is my. All right. One more bowl. Thank you. So using another bowl. Sorry, now I will just strain it. Remove all the excess water. I'll just use a spoon to.
Spoon, brother.
Oh wow, it's the golden
Golden
spoon.
spoon, brother.
Okay, so yeah, you can see they're all soft and tender. It actually looks like marshmallows.
So yeah, it's just the trimmings. So any leftover breads, guys?
Oops.
What's the ingredients that you're gonna be using from the oil there, brother? Tuna, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Sinama.
Cinnamon. Yeah. Do you have a video of the cinnamon?
Sinamak, yeah. The sinamak video, yeah. Yung suka. Ha? Hindi mo ba?
So okay, there.
So we need liquid.
We have to remove all the liquid, or else our mixture or our emulsion will be bland. A little more. Thank you. All right. We'll use the blender this time. Oh, paano to ba? Thank you. Can you discard this? Thank you. So, I'll start off with the bread, the soaked bread. I just and I'll just blend it. Well, and then next step is just put in the blender the sautéed bihon. Cover, then blend it again. All right. I'll check the texture. All right.
Good, brother.
Yep. So I'll just season it with a bit of salt, pepper, and this is our homemade cinnamon. So basically, what's in it? It's julienne, langkawas, no?
Langkawas, yeah.
Langkawas, pepper,
Langkawas is this guy. So this
onion and
langkawas.
garlic.
So,
Yeah, this is langkawas,
Langkawas.
which actually freshly foraged langkawas. So I'll just add a tablespoon of langkawas. Oop, sorry. Of langkawas, sorry. Cinnamon vinegar. Where's the cover? Sorry. Where's the
Show the
cover?
cover, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And then,
So guys, by the way, Langkawas, other preview for Langkawas. Ito yung there's a lot of vinegar in our country. There's pinakurat, combo, and everything. But what makes the Sinamac special is this blue ginger. Normally, I see whenever I travel in some of the highlands, some of the farmers use this for anti-erosion thing. This is very important. The
Yeah.
roots of this one grow so that's
it's
why
really hard to pull,
it's
actually.
really hard to
when
pull,
we
yeah.
forage this
At the same
one.
time, it's the most hardest root crops that I ever encountered. But it has a very beautiful flavor.
Okay, for the last step, Chef Kalel,
Yes.
I'll just slowly drizzle. Paano ba? So I'll just mix it. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Dahan-dahan lang. Alright, we're good.
So we'll just slowly drizzle the olive oil into lines until it's emulsified. By the way, guys, this is at least 180 ml of olive oil. Slowly, because I don't want it to split from the oil and the other content. Okay, I'll just remove this. So blend it for at least 2 minutes. Wala lagi siya. Alright, let me check a little more. Okay. Chef? I'll just taste it if it needs more seasoning. By the way, for this recipe, I will use it for 2 dishes. So yeah, it's the texture wise, you can feel the fish raw, and then it's very savory, and then it's similar to a mayonnaise, basically. All right. Oh. So here's the texture, if you can see it. So it's like mayo.
Yeah.
It's like mayo coming from.
Kaya ka dinakdakan tayo. Diba? May a bit of education.
Yeah, I will use it for one more dish.
Yes.
So yeah, set this aside for a while, and then tuna. I know you're excited, Kalel. I'm almost finished.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, here's my tuna. Sorry. All right. For the next procedure, so I have here ahi tuna. Again, this is the meat. So the first step was the fish raw or the innards, and then we have here the tuna pomelo. For this time, I'll using Criollo chocolate nibs, which is actually came from also Negros.
Yes.
What's the story behind it? The Criollo chocolate.
Yeah,
When
Criollo has-
we went
yeah.
there, no, that's the Criollo
That's a
chocolate.
Criollo chocolate. So it has a piece of it because this is one of the most sought after variety of chocolate because it's a single origin.
Yes.
Apparently during the galleon trade, the Mexicans and the Spanish brought it here. And then throughout time, because it's terroir, so a lot of produce always adjusts to the land. It's terroir type, so depends. And they had a hard time finding the Criollo breed, and then
Yeah.
there was this recently there was this one Mexican guy who traveled in Negros, saw the characteristic of this one, and he therefore found that it doesn't it still exists, the Criollo, and then good thing we have it there.
Yes.
Our land is abundant. We only grow we have a lot of tropical places here that grows a lot of chocolate.
Right. So yeah, to summarize, Kalel, this is the original strain of chocolate,
Yeah, exactly.
which we got
Negros.
from Negros, and this is pre-Hispanic, no, Hispanic period,
Pre-Hispanic
right?
period.
Galleon trade. All right. So yeah. So again, sorry.